On me at first. Hey, I'm Jojo Genti with GamingBolt.com, and I'm here on the streets of New York right now, and I happen to be right here with John, the artist of Deus Ex: Human Revolution. How's it going, man?
The art director, yeah. There was tons of artists on this game, really extremely talented artists, and yeah, I was really blessed, to work with all those people who made this game happen. Yeah.
I can't wait. And we're actually here at an art event right now. But I got a couple of questions for you. Is it cool that I ask?
That's perfectly fine.
All right. Now that I understand that there's 4 pillars of the game. Now, which of these 4 pillars would you play the game with? Either stealth or combat?
Well, there's 4 gameplay pillars in the game. There's the 2 main ones are combat and stealth, and then you have like the hacking and the social that are like the supporting pillars of combat and stealth. The kind of way that I like to play is really the stealth agent. I like to kind of make sure that nobody knows that I'm there and stuff like that, and I really get to my objective, without having been detected or having triggered any alarms. But usually once I get to my objective, I'm going to kind of redo the map and then maybe kill everybody there at that point. It's like you still have that urge to still kind of kill everybody somehow. Yeah.
Honestly, how you could go through the whole game, man, without just going nuts and killing somebody.
The XP points as well, so yeah. But at the base, I'm a stealth player, yeah.
Okay, cool. Now the game is so complex, and generally people would stamp it as an RPG. What kind of genre would you put it as?
We say it's an action RPG. Definitely, it's a strong shooter. It plays just like any great shooters out there. One of the things that we decided early on because it really feels like a real Deus Ex, right? It really feels like the first Deus Ex. I truly believe it does. Many people believe it does as well. But one of the things that we took away from the recipe, if you want, from the formula, like really early on, was the stat-based shooting. Remember in the first one, at the beginning of the game, even if your crosshair was like right on the target, JC Denton, if it's like his skill at shooting was low, even though your crosshair was right there, the bullets would start going everywhere except where the crosshair was, which we decided that for today's market, maybe it'd be better to leave like the pure kind of first-person shooter, gameplay, which is where you aim is where the bullets go. So all this to say that, yeah, it's a really deep RPG. It's got all the RPG trappings, but it's also a real solid shooter at the same time.
That's good to hear. I know that other games, didn't do that. I'm not going to name any names. Alpha Protocol. No, but so how long exactly because the game got pushed back a couple times. So, but I mean, in all in all, I guess you can look at it as a good thing. How long was the development process? How long did it actually take for you guys to make Deus Ex: Human Revolution?
We started in spring 2007. So it's been 4 years and some months right now. So it's been a really, really long road. It's been really the best thing I've ever done in my life. It was freaking amazing. It wasn't easy. It was really, really hard. I don't think anything that's worth it is ever easy to do, especially when you try to do things a little differently. But yeah, it was 4 years, man. It was really long.
Cool. All right, now I know that obviously video games they're obviously put in the media genre, but would you consider video games as an art? Yeah. Because I would, especially specific ones.
Yeah. I think I don't think if video games are art or whatever. I think anything can be art to some degree. I think art is something that has a message. I think art is something that someone did. Like someone had an idea, someone who had like something in his guts, that he wanted to put out there. There's a message behind it. There's some thoughts behind it, and when someone either watches it or reads it or plays it, it actually makes that person think. It actually makes that person reflect on whatever medium is kind of portraying or displaying or whatever context it's in. So with that theory of mine, if you want, of what art is, a video game can really well be an art form or a piece of art. Now, this being said, it doesn't mean that every single game is a piece of art. That I don't believe that, but I truly believe that some games are artworks. Yes, yes.
Wow, what a great answer, man. That's spoken from a true artist right there. No, but in all fairness, yeah, you know, it's dependent on the game,
Yeah,
on the
like,
game.
I believe some movies are not art, you know, and some, you know, movie making is considered an art form in general, but still there's some movies that I don't think are art at all, you know. Yeah.
All right, now, we've already seen some bridges in the past two games with Adam Jensen dreaming of the AI Icarus and Daedalus. Is that significant in Human Revolution?
I mean, there's definitely some you know, winks and some connections to what happens in the first one, you know, because this one is a prequel. It's in 2027, so it's a little bit more than 30 years before the first one. So definitely, you guys will see. And already, like, if you look at the trailers or all the stuff we've released, you can already kind of predict some connections that we've made with either characters or locations or events of the first one and whatnot. The whole Icarus thing and Daedalus thing, funnily enough, you're totally right. It was in the first one, but we didn't kind of like include them in this one as a bridging. It was more. You know, we're trying to find a kind of a metaphor and an analogy for transhumanism, you know, for cybernetics and augmentations. And we thought that the myth of Icarus was perfect for that because, you know, Icarus, basically when Daedalus' dad builds the wings and he gives him the wings to escape the maze, basically he's augmenting himself. You know, it's the equivalent of augmentations. And the fact that he burns himself on the sun represents the dangers of you know, over-exaggerating with transhumanistic technologies and whatever. That's why we did that. And it's with hindsight that we said, hey, it even connects with the first one, you know? But that being said, there's still tons of stuff in Human Revolution that bridge with the other games.
Okay. So there will be bridges and stuff, but the whole Icarus and Daedalus thing, that was just something cool that to put in the game.
An essence or a soul to this game, but yeah, in retrospect, you can still kind of connect it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely. All right, now, what kind of inspirations did you and the whole art team draw from the indoor and outdoor artistic scenery of the entire game? Because it's very unique, and it's very unique.
I'm glad.
Leave it at that.
I'm glad you think it's unique, because that was the main kind of global goal at the beginning, was to try to find our own signature and not kind of be lost in, you know, sometimes a certain blurriness in games aesthetics. It's very circular. It's like video games auto-reference each other too much, I find. And as an art director, I look at video games last, you know, for inspiration. I look at all sorts of other shit, and then I'm going to look at other games. And it's important to look at other games. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but you shouldn't just do that, you know. Now, this being said, our inspiration for indoors, I mean, obviously there's the thing that we call the cyber renaissance in DSX, which is we took a lot of inspiration from the Renaissance and the Baroque era, because we saw a strong link between the Renaissance era and a transhumanist era or cyberpunk era. So we said, let's kind of pool some creative ideas from that. Architecture-wise, there's some crazy stuff that are being built now that are going to get built in the next, you know, 10, 15, 20 years. If you take architects like Zaha Hadid, the stuff she makes, if you just type her name in Google, some of the stuff that she's made already, some of the stuff that she's going to make is way more futuristic than a lot of like concept art you might see for video games. So that's what I wanted the futuristic stuff to look like, you know, for outdoors. And if you look at the indoors, we looked at a lot of like modern interior decoration, and I'm really big into industrial design and very kind of high design, basically. And I wanted to have that in the game, you know. I always kind of surprise the player if you have to do like the lobby of a bank, not just like reproduce the lobby of the bank at the corner of the street of my house. I see it every day. That's freaking boring. Like, even though if the textures are nice, if the shaders are nice, and the lighting is nice, fair enough. But if it just looks like the bank that you walk in every day, what's the point of doing that in a game? So we would do it, but then we would hang like this crazy looking sculpture in the ceiling that, like, I don't care why it's there, but it surprises you, you know, and that's the whole idea. Yeah.
Definitely, you know. I mean, I would look at, you know, the main character and be like, I want those glasses, you know, and then I want to I want to
Yeah,
Maybe they use some of your
Really?
faces style to make it. Maybe that's just a rumor,
there's
but
a
I
long
heard
story.
something about it. I'd like to hear more
A
about it.
long story, and you'd like to hear more about it.
It's all on the internet. If you want to find out what's behind the resemblance between me and Adam Jensen, it's all detailed on the internet. It's too long for the interview now.
Too long? Too long to tell that Adam Jensen is John right here?
It's more complicated than that.
All right. A lot of people want to know: is there a secret ending to the game?
Secret ending? I wouldn't put it that way. What I would say is that there's multiple endings. I can't say how many, but there's you finish the game once, you get like this ending depending on the choices you made and how you played the game and whatnot. And if you replay it, if you make different choices
Different endings depending how you
on how you played the game and how you made your decisions and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, that sounds pretty good. I know a lot of people were looking forward to like a secret ending as some sort of thing, but I think multiple ending is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, and I guess you can say if there's more than one, some are kind of secret or something. I don't know. You'll see.
Okay. So, all right. Now that the game's gone gold, where do you see the future of the franchise going? Because I mean,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I hope it is, but it's not up to me to say. It's really not up to me to say. What I can say is, as an artist, as someone who spent the past 4 years of his life working on that, I mean, I have tons of ideas where this could go and whatever, but it's really not up to me to say. And there's nothing in the works right now. I mean, we've just finished this one. We'll see where this one goes. And that's it. We'll see what the future holds. But definitely, we just created a whole universe. That's obviously the Deus Ex universe. It fits within it. It's not an alternate universe. It fits with the timeline. But there's so much matter that we could play with. But we'll see what the future holds.
okay, fair enough. Was there anything that you wanted to put in the game that you were not able to implement into the game?
Yeah, of course. It happens with every game you design. There's always stuff you want and stuff that straight from the beginning that you're gonna have to cut or change. And obviously, there's the heartbreaking stuff where you do implement stuff that you really like and you actually bring it to a pretty advanced level of production, and then you realize you're gonna have to cut it, or else you won't make your deadlines or whatnot. And there's been that as well. So yeah. I'm not gonna say what, but it's part of the business, part of the game. Yeah.
All right. Well, other than that, did did the game meet your standards?
You know what?
Let's say as a job wise, and as a fan of the franchise.
As a gamer and everything, and and as a fan of the franchise, honestly, yes. I mean, ultimately, it's not up to me to say. It'll be up to you guys. It'll be up to the fans. It'll be up to the players, the reviewers, whatever in the market. But what I can say is that we gave her all, 100%. We work like madmen on that game. Maybe too much. There was more than 100%. 4 years of our lives is a lot. We sacrificed a lot of stuff, but because we believed in it, it's been tough, but it's always been pure fun. And I think with what we had, with the time we had, with the infrastructure we had, I don't think there's much more we could have done, honestly. So I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. We did the best we could, and I think it's quite decent.
All right. Well, thank you so much, John. I cannot wait for the album to come out, and I truly think this is something else.
All right, man. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
All right, cool, man. Thanks.
GameBolt.com.